longer a one-size-fits-all family in Britain today, but this is diversity and not decline. Now, let's be clear, this wasn't government policy, but it was in the air around the cabinet table. This diversity, this fluidity of family structure has a downside. More and more kids are growing up without a dad. Today, about 30% of all 15-year-olds of single or separated parents have lost contact with their biological father. Ironically, it seems the dads who are part of a family want to spend more time with their kids. Fathers today are far more hands-on than their dads ever were.
Fred? Get these kids out of my way. Give them some weeding to do or something.
Johnny!
For most of the 20th century, we at least had the cosy comfort of knowing who did what.
Marriage for most people in Esher means commuter husbands travelling to London and back every day, while the wives stay at home to look after the children, the housework and the social life. Father gets out of it every day to go to work. Mother is left at home with the kids.
Taking care of the kids, not his department, love. This is a wonderfully revealing little booklet from, I think it was published in 1946, about how to be a good parent. It's called You and Your Children. Chapter 8 devotes a whole 3 pages to fathers. It says really it's all simple. All you have to do is give a bit of time and trouble in order to understand your children. They'll be so pleased and grateful for even a very little attention.
Try to show interest in any good work your child does. He's really a good boy who loves to help his father. Of course, such help is a confounded nuisance.
And up we go. Thank you very much.
On film for 30 seconds.
Ever pioneering, Blue Peter tried to buck the trend, urging little boys to be hands-on dads of the future. When the programme adopted a baby, Val left Peter and John to get on with it.
It's very important when you're holding a small baby like this that you do make them feel very safe and secure. And that's one of the reasons why I'm sitting in a low chair. Do you think you've had enough there, Daniel? And get some solid food in?
Blue Peter was ahead of the curve. But, nappy by nappy over 20 years, being an enthusiastic, hands-on dad became the norm. Rob Dawson and his wife Lisa have 2 children, Lucy, 11, and Thomas, 15.
Come on, walk to me. Hey!
Rob has the classic full-time, full-on career. But from day one, sharing the job of bringing up the kids has really mattered. When they were born, he was keen to take paternity leave.
Remember with Thomas, you had the baby blues as well, didn't you,
Yeah.
for a few days, and we were worried about postnatal depression, and so again, it was nice, I think, for me to be at home and do my bit and just be there to help out, really. Sounds a bit of a cliche, but I do really treasure those early days.
Rob was lucky. It's only since 2003 that all new fathers have had the right in law to 2 weeks paid time off. These days, juggling work and career isn't just something that worries women. For Rob, being a good dad is always at the front of his mind.
You're constantly concerned that you don't spend enough time with your kids, and you have to try and make a conscious effort to do that. For example, when Lucy goes swimming on a Monday night, I make a point of going to play snooker with Tom, and you can talk about what's going on at school and how he's getting on with his schoolwork or what's troubling him and that sort of thing. So that's quite good fun. Plus, we do quite like snooker, which is part of the reason we go.
Generation before us, it was very much the men were the providers.
What have you got?
They weren't expected to do the caring for the children. That's how it was.
It was normal at the time, wasn't it?
But I think certainly in our generation, it's frowned upon if the man doesn't take an active role within the house with the children.
These days, we all have higher expectations of fatherhood.
How's it going?
It's nice.
Wait till he gets teeth.
And for fathers, whoever they are, it's good to show you're a hands-on dad.
The Conservative leader, David Cameron, and his wife Samantha have been showing off their new baby son.
I just love being a dad. It's the most important thing you do.
He says that baby Leo has changed his life, changes any father's life, of course.
But I just tell you, I love being a dad.
He's been named Arthur Elwyn and is the couple's third child. Mr. Cameron is taking 2 weeks paternity leave.
What's wrong with feeling?
Starting a family in the 21st century is, for most of us, a choice. Recently, this choice has been extended to gay couples too.
It seems anecdotally that more same-sex couples are becoming parents, and yet the figures would suggest that the numbers are still very small. The best estimate puts that number at just 1% of parents.
But it seems they're a minority confident in the choice they've made. Helen Jones and Helen Swain started going out in 2004 and became civil partners 2 years later. They live in Wales, near Abergavenny, and have 2 children, Eve, 2, and Jacob, 7 months. Both children were conceived with the help of a sperm donor they found online.
How did you technically go about it? I mean, in a clinic, I imagine I sort of know how it goes.
Yeah, sure. It was, as you would probably imagine a DIY job would be, a pot and a syringe.
Yes. Hiya, we're here. There's the pot. It goes into his apartment, comes back, we have the pot, keep it warm, and we actually drove and found a lay-by, didn't we? And I did the insemination, because we kind of wanted it to feel a part of me as well, didn't we?
Yeah, so Helen made me pregnant.
Which I did,
yeah,
didn't I, twice?
Very quickly. Yeah.
Helen Jones was not new to parenthood. She already had 2 daughters from an earlier heterosexual marriage, Sasha, 21, and Laurie, 19. Since their parents split, they'd come to terms with their mum's sexuality. But for Laurie, the idea of a baby born to a same-sex couple was harder to handle.
I went through quite a bad stage of like me and mum arguing all the time and me really horrible to Helen because obviously I didn't like the fact that she was getting pregnant.
What was it you didn't like about it?
In my mindset, you know, 2 women having a kid was not quite right in my head at that time. But then, like, it was just when I seen what they were like together and, you know, how good they are with Eve and things like that, I think, well, you know what I mean? At least, you know, some straight couples, they're horrible to their kids.
Where are we going? Where are we going? Oh, how am I carrying you again?
I know, yes, there's going to be some difficulties for them that they have 2 mummies, but I don't think it's going to be so vastly different to any other child's experience in this day and age with all the pressures and strains that modern day families have.
Want to go on a slide then?
It's opened our mind a bit more to various different ways of thinking, really. And I think it has